Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're new here, my name is Jess and I'm a Nigerian expat living here in the Netherlands. In today's video, I'll be talking about moving to the Netherlands as a highly skilled migrant. What does that even mean? I'll be talking about that. And the most exciting part, which is the 30% ruling. Now, I just want to say up front that I'm not sure how long this video is going to be. I actually don't want it to be long. But if it gets too long, I would have to split this video into two, where I do the first part talking about the highly skilled migrant visa, the eligibility criteria and whatnot. Then I'll do a second part that just focuses on the 30% ruling because it's just a lot of information. Have you watched the video I posted about my relocation process from Nigeria to the Netherlands? If you haven't, don't worry, I have the video down there in the description box. So feel free to find that video and watch it. If you've watched it, then you know that I'm a highly skilled migrant here in the Netherlands. I'm on a highly skilled migrant visa. So who is a highly skilled migrant? Short answer is highly skilled migrants are foreign nationals hired into the Netherlands to contribute to the economy of the Netherlands. So generally, highly skilled migrants are considered as scarce talent, specialists in their fields, or people coming into managerial positions. In general, to be classified as a highly skilled migrant in the Netherlands, you have to be on a specific salary or income. So basically, you have to earn a certain amount of money that is above a set threshold by the government. First off, if an employer is going to be hiring you into their country as a highly skilled migrant, it's their business to think about the income, it's their business to make sure that they are eligible from a government and employer standpoint. We're not talking about the employers here today, we're talking about you who is looking to come in here as a highly skilled migrant. There are certain conditions that are required for one to qualify as a highly skilled migrant. I know I already mentioned the income bit, but there's a lot more. So number one is you do not have the nationality of any EU country or any EEA country or Switzerland. So basically you really have to be a foreigner. Number two is you must be living outside the Netherlands. You do not live in the Netherlands. And number three is you are working with a company that is not in the Netherlands. If I use my situation, for instance, I'm Nigerian. I was living in Nigeria. I had never been to the Netherlands, but that doesn't mean that you must have never been to the Netherlands. But my situation was I had never been here before. I was in a contract, in employment, full employment with a company that was not in the Netherlands. The fourth thing is you are coming to work in the Netherlands, in a branch in the Netherlands, in an office in the Netherlands, whether it's as a manager, whether it's as an executive, whether it's as a specialist, like a software engineer or something. So the idea of a highly skilled migrant is you have to have a specific talent or expertise that is scarce in the Netherlands, something that is hard to find in the Netherlands. That's the reason why you are coming in to contribute to the economy. So you're not coming in to do what every other person is doing. You are a specialist in your field. Then you have an experience that is absent or scarce in the Netherlands job market. That's the long and short of it. The factors can be your level of education, your type of experience in relevance to the role, the salary of the function you're coming in to occupy. So you're probably wondering, oh, what is that salary threshold? Like, what is that? So I discovered that the salary threshold does not necessarily apply the same way to folks who are coming in for like scientific research and whatnot. So there's like a breakdown of like the salary threshold depending on your educational background, depending on your age as well. So for instance, if you are younger than 30 years and you have a master's degree, you cannot earn below a certain amount of money. I think it's about 29K, almost 30K. And if you are above 30 or any other person that doesn't fall within this category, your salary, your gross annual salary has to be about 38K. I'm going to put the correct figures on the screen, but you can't earn below that. So I'm going to move to the juicy part, which is what are the advantages of coming in as a highly skilled migrant in the Netherlands? The most obvious one is the salary. Basically, you're better paid than most of the locals. It means that your earning capacity definitely is a lot higher than most people in the Netherlands. And this is why there's a threshold. So the government already put that threshold, like if you're coming in here, you have to be special. You know what I mean? Like, so if you're special, you must be earning a certain amount of money. Otherwise, why can't you find someone else in our country to give this job to? And this is common with like expatriate. Of course, if you You know, any expatriates living in your home country or working in your home country, you know that they're earning way more than the next person in that same company. So the second thing is, as a highly skilled migrant, you are exempted from applying to a work permit or for a work permit. So you basically even get a shorter time window in terms of the processing time. So typically it takes about 2 weeks. If you watched my video of me relocating to the Netherlands, you'd see that it took about a month, but that was all because of COVID. So it typically takes a shorter amount of time versus if you're applying for a regular work permit that isn't highly skilled. The third thing is, it's a long-term residence permit that also gives you an opportunity to apply to becoming a Dutch citizen if you're interested 5 years down the line. Basically enjoy the same benefits as though you were already a citizen, but you get the opportunity to apply after 5 years of owning a residence permit. The fourth thing, which is very exciting, is your partner or your spouse gets the same benefits as you in terms of the work permits, the residence permits, all in one, and they don't need to apply for a work permit when they get here. So basically they are able to work in any capacity, in any field, with any company. And more interestingly, they can also start up their own business if they wanted to. So the advantage of the residence permit / work permit here in the Netherlands as a highly skilled migrant is you don't get to apply for work permit. I think I said that earlier. And of course, not just that you are able to work in the Netherlands, you are able to be an entrepreneur in the Netherlands. You can start your own business, you can get registered, you can decide to become an employer, be an entrepreneur, you can do whatever the hell you want to do as long as it is legit. The fifth thing is what I consider to be one of the major advantages of being on a highly skilled migrant visa or being a highly skilled migrant in the Netherlands is the 30% tax ruling. So this is not guaranteed, it just means that you're eligible, which is a great thing in itself. So I'm going to stop there and then move on to the 30% ruling. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, please subscribe to my channel. Now that you're here, like this video, give this video a thumbs up to help improve its visibility. Thank you again. Without any further ado, let's get right into it. The 30% ruling. When you think about the 30% ruling, think more money. Basically, a portion of your income, 30% of your income is tax-free. Do you know what that means? That is amazing, especially when you think about how high taxes are here in the Netherlands. So the way that I like to see the 30% ruling is I'm a highly skilled migrant contributing to the economy of the Netherlands. And this is the government's way of taking care of me. So the way that the government sees it is, if you're coming into the Netherlands as a foreign national for work, you definitely would incur some additional costs, which they call the extraterritorial cost or extraterritorial expenses. So to cover for these extra expenses, the Dutch government introduced a 30% ruling. That's why they created the 30% ruling in the first place. What this means is your employer can pay 30% of your salary tax-free, including the allowance tax-free. And I also feel like they know, low-key or high-key, that tax in the Netherlands is pretty high. So this is also a way of making it attractive for you to come into the Netherlands to work as an expat. And this 30% ruling is now for 5 years. I heard that prior, it used to be for a longer period of time, but now they have capped it at 5 years. It's still not so bad. Now let's talk about who qualifies for the 30% ruling. Not every single person qualifies for the 30% ruling, and I'll be sharing who qualifies. In order to qualify for the 30% ruling, there are some fundamental requirements, which I already kind of mentioned in the previous video about the highly skilled migrant visa, but specifically to the 30% ruling, you cannot be living in the Netherlands at the time of receiving a contract in the Netherlands. So all that means is you must be hired from a different country outside of the Netherlands. You must also have a specific expertise that is scarce in the Netherlands job market. And as I mentioned in the previous videos, these skills can be dependent on certain factors like salary, age, experience, education, and whatnot. Furthermore, the employee must not have lived within 150 kilometers of the Dutch border. So basically, prior to the start of your employment in the Netherlands, you must not have lived in the Netherlands within 8 months. Yeah. Imagine that you're earning 120k per year gross salary. I'm going to use the Dutch income tax calculator now to explain to you how much money you're earning with the 30% ruling and how much less you'll be earning if you did not have the 30% ruling. So stay with me. Okay, let's go. So as I said, we're going to be using 120k gross annual salary. So I'm talking euros, my dears. So when you put 120,000 in the Dutch income tax calculator and you go all the way down, you are going to see the breakdown. So you can see your monthly net income is 5,758k. And then if you go all the way down, this is without 30% ruling and without holiday allowance. I just included a holiday allowance just so you can see what the figure comes to. And you can see that it's slightly reduced. Now let's go back and add the 30% ruling. Once you add the 30% ruling, watch how high your salary becomes. It's almost 7k, guys, per month. Almost 7k, guys, per month. Now if you take out the holiday allowance, it obviously becomes higher. Holiday allowance, I'm not really sure how that works. I think it differs per company. So find out what your employer is paying and then make it make sense. That is over 1k or over 1.5 or thereabouts more money than you'll be getting if you don't have a 30% ruling. So that's the number one benefit, more money. Now the second benefit of 30% ruling. Now it takes a little bit of time to get your approvals in. When you know that you're eligible for the 30% ruling, you have to apply. So it's not even guaranteed. It's an application process and that could take some time. In my case, it took about a month and a half. For some people, it's taking like 2 months. I've heard of 3 months. It just takes some time anyways. And prior to that, you're going to be earning your salary without the 30% ruling benefit. So the beauty though is regardless of when the approvals come in, it is in retroactive effect to your start date with that company. So in my case, I started in March. I got the approvals in April, I think towards the end of April. So payroll was already done. So I got my March and April salary normally without the 30% ruling. But when the 30% ruling approval came in my next paycheck, I got the extra money that I was supposed to have made with the 30% ruling in the month of March and April. So it comes with retroactive effect. So it doesn't just take effect from the day that you get the approval, it is backdated. So that's the beauty. The third benefit to the 30% ruling is the fact that if you have the 30% ruling, you and your family, like your spouse, your partner, and your dependents, anybody who has a valid driver's permit or driver's license rather, they can convert, you all in your family can actually convert your driver's license to that of the Dutch license. So basically you can exchange a foreign driver's license as long as it is valid for a Dutch driver's license, and you can do that at your local Dutch town hall. So there's a bit of a requirement there, which is basically that you and your dependent, whether it's your spouse, partner, kids, or whatever, that wants to benefit from this, you have to be registered at the same address at your municipality. Number 4 benefits. This is a very exciting benefit if you have a family or you have kids who are of school age. It's the possibility to have free allowance on international school fees. And this also falls into extra territorial cost, which I mentioned earlier. The final benefit is the possibility to select a non-resident status when you're filling your income tax form. So this is for like income return. There are certain boxes and brackets and whatnot in the Netherlands. So if you select that, you don't get to pay taxes for box 2 and box 3, except for a real estate investment. For more context, there are 3 tax boxes in the Netherlands. So instead of analyzing the different tax boxes in this video, I decided to put up screenshots so you can pause and read through. And I also have a link down there in the description box for you all. That brings me to the end of this video. I really hope that you found this video useful, that you enjoyed watching this video. If you did, don't forget to like this video and of course, subscribe to my channel if you haven't at this time. And I will see you in my next video. Please stay safe and take care. Bye.